Factors used in risk assessment analysis. Measurability. How bad will the damage be? That threat exploits that vulnerability, and you have an instance. You have an event. How much damage is caused? You're going to measure that. How often does it happen? How repeatable is it? If it's something that happens only once every 10,000 years, not that big a deal. If it's something that could happen daily, it is a big deal. Remember when the Pentium 4 first shipped? I think it was the Pentium 4. It had a bug. Intel said it was a 1,000-year flaw. It had to do with some mathematical calculations. You were never likely to see it. Well, Intel wasn't quite honest there, but how many IT vendors ever are? It turns out Intel was calculating math tables, and they had pre-populated some math results that you were actually very likely to hit very commonly, but the amount of error they had was so small unless you actually hit it a lot of times in a calculation or in a series of calculations, you might not notice it. But it was still there. It actually wasn't a 1,000-year bug. It was probably a 1,000-second bug, if that infrequent, but it was small. So very repeatable, which is why Intel actually issued the recall on the chips, because it was becoming more obvious how bad the problem actually was, even though most people would not have suffered any dramatic impact from it. And then document, because this documentation will be turned over as summary to executive management and with more detail to the implementers for fixing the problem.